Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button and YouTube will help you along the way. All right, I've just dropped a shorter breakdown. People said that you had some technical issues with the mic. I am sorting that out as well. But I'm here to do a more rounded breakdown and take people's questions as well. So all of that we're trying to chip in. So this video will consist of players ratings, post-match takes, because obviously Pastor will join this one, pre-match predictions, so the other games coming up, and also early looking based off what we have actually saw just a while ago, and also the press conference from Mr. Hallgrimsson, because Hallgrimsson had said some things that we have to touch. All right, so let me start with Mr. Hallgrimsson first, so we can get into the meat of the matter. Yesterday I done my video live, and it was clear what his style would have been. His style was keep the back as solid as possible, get the ball directly to Mikel Antonio up to the transition. So it was 1-3 back to the unrushing twos to create something. That was the plan. 1-3-2. Based on it. So I'm talking about the defensive third, attacking third, then the midfield third come into join. That was the whole play. Well, Mr. Hallgrimsson had solidified my point because he said the second ball crisis, second ball problem that they had in that 15-minute spell in that little patch where they conceded the goal. But I would say, because I had said it last night, the biggest problem Jamaica had with this 1-3-2 situation was because they are setting up second balls and they are not winning the second balls the entire night. So him talking about that 15-minute spell, it was evident from the first minute. Click my video yesterday, and that's why you guys have to put some respect on how I analyze football. If you're going to give the coach respect, you have to give me extreme respect as well, because I don't get caught in the moment and I give you facts, because that's what he came out and said. He used the same word, the second balls. All right, Mexico was immense with the second balls, and also they did well with attacking the first ball. Let me pick up people that joins the stream. We have Lamar Walker. We have Janet Carter. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. And then we have Ryan Early says, great analysis. Well, tell you what, I love when people go and watch the coach and then they come back to watch what they look at what I had said before. And then Pastor, start out the mic first. You can mute the mic, start it out, and then come back in, because we're hearing some. Oh, it's okay now. It's okay now. All right. So yes. So he talked about the second ball. He said it was an entertaining game. They were solid in defense as well. And then we can continue. Let me change this overall thing then. Since let me see. Guys, work with me fast now, guys. Remember, I'm live, so just work with me. Lamar, if you said I have internet issues, let me know what internet issue I have. All right, so I can sort it out fast. You can't just say something and then I'm stopping my stream and waiting on you to respond. All right. You said I froze. All right. So because I have just used, okay, so why Pastor come on and then gone off the screen? So all right. So all right. All right. It can't be lagging now. It's almost impossible to lag now because I'm using a different internet. All right. It can't be lagging now. So I won't accept that, big boss. I won't accept that. All right. I know I'm good now. So that has to be late comments because I've changed it and I'm using one internet for the actual video now. So it has to be good now. Lamar, you just relax yourself, big boss. All right, I'm using separate devices. I have so much devices It's almost impossible to keep counts. So, anyways, just let me continue off the conversation. Where you actually where we left off, people. Where we left off. Where we left off. You heard, all right. So let me repeat it. Let me repeat it. Mr. Hallgrimsson had pointed out some things. He said it was an entertaining game. Solid defense. Second ball in a period was the problem. There that he said in a period, and I would say second ball was the problem for us. Period. So in a period for him, but second ball was the problem. Period. For Jamaica because their actual plan was to work through Mikel Antonio. And they did work through Mikel Antonio. He did his job, but the second ball was still not good enough because no one, KC Palm and Bobby Reed, never got to those balls faster. It was Chavez and also Mr. What's his name again? From West Ham, came on and got to those balls fast. And then Luis Roma came in, and it was the same approach, same thing as well. So second ball, second ball, second ball, and I can tell you, he's going to be talking about that. It is the second ball. He's going to extend from the 50 minutes because he saw that only on the field, but we see in the entire pitch, we know that it was the actual second ball right through it. It was the second ball right through it that was the problem. All right. And that comes back to the same midfield style that we're using, which is two instead of three in midfield, which we went with Bobby Reed and KC Palmer in midfield. And also, we could say that we went with Lati Bodier and also KC Palmer starting to try to fluctuate it, but it looked like it was not working and he was trying to twist things. And that is where I saw majority of the problems. All right. You tell this man he's good now. I know I'm good now. Why are you looking for a fight, JD? Oh, all right, all right, all right. So, I think the coach is being very he's remember it's his system, and he doesn't want to out him own self. So he's only giving himself blame. He never gave himself blame right there. He tried to say that he doesn't know what happened with how we lost all of those battles in the second balls in that 15 minutes. So I think the coach is being not being honest to himself, and he's not taking accountability for his own system. Failing right there. I thought his system failed the entire night. Mikel Antonio was just that a dominant player that he kept the team in those spells. I heard people texting me and some delusional take saying that they should have started Kaim Dixon. Let me tell you this, people. It's football. If we start Kaim Dixon yesterday, we're under 3-0 before 15 minutes in the game. Kaim Dixon is nowhere near Mikel Antonio. So these delusional people on YouTube, you need to sit down. And some of you guys are arming Jamaica's football because you have no knowledge of football. Kaim Dixon is not 5% as good as Mikel Antonio in what Mikel Antonio does. Kaim Dixon is just a little kid coming through in football. You are delusional if you think that Kaim Dixon could have done anything different on that field. All right? I told you guys, you act on too much emotions. You bring on kids in 80 minutes, just like what you guys did for Whisper. You brought him 80 minutes, tell him to just go on and run up and down. They have no instruction to play to. So how can you give people the same credit as to when a man scrap up him team for 1 week and set you out on a plan? Oh, that makes sense. Jamaica couldn't touch the ball for the first 15 minutes. The only outlet was Mikel Antonio. Learn football. Wanna stop talk foolishness. It makes no sense. Wanna sound delusional. But you know what is getting what is feeding on a delusion on a xenophobia. Only just desperate to find somebody else where make self feel comfortable. These players are nowhere near what can be top for Concacaf. If we start all of these players that you want, we're going to get 6 love in regular spells. This is one of the best, most intelligent team Jamaica ever fielded in history. In history. Players that can hold their own in big situation. It's the first we ever field teams like these in history. Let me just talk sense, man, and stop with the sensationalism every single year when you come with the next foolishness. Oh my God. So people, please, when you're not having a dumb takes, when you just go elsewhere and talk about it, don't text me privately either, though, because I don't respect those things. I deal with football and sense, and it looks like sense is further away from a lot of you guys. All right, yes, when you not have the much sense, man. If you think like that, I only never watch the football. Only never watch nothing. My goodness, man. What kind of hatred you can have for people like that? If you come and make them stupid statement, I'm publicly saying it. Anybody say those things, they are seriously stupid and delusional. And those are the people that Jamaica can't reach anywhere, because you have some of these people in around the team that use these things to inflate their egos and actually act on it. And that's where the stupidity comes from. It makes no sense, people. All right. So what I can agree with a lot of people, the system was not the best system, I think, because 1 to 3 to 2 is a caveman old style system. All right, that is you conceding, and he pretty much actually agreed to that. He conceded to say that he would have lost the position. He conceded to say that he would have lost the position from day one. All right, pretty much that's what he's saying in the um in the um in the post match. So he knew that he would have lost position and conceded on that. So what are you trying to tell the Jamaican fans them by that? You're telling me that you cannot go to Mexico toe to toe with passing or try and stop them in midfield. You cannot do that. That's pretty much what you're telling me. That is what you're actually telling me. That the man literally telling me that he cannot go to Mexico and attack them in midfield and battle them for the ball back. That's what he's pretty much telling me, and he's telling me this is the plan. So how much you would have given the press conference out of 10 people? I think I don't think he covers himself in glory in this one. I'm very sorry. I know that Demo them and the man there will come and say different things, because they're always looking for things. I don't think he covers himself in that actual press conference. I would give it a 5.5, a 5.5, because I think you're conceding too much, and you're showing not so much faith in the capability of the team, and that shows me why you never put Anderson on the field. So it left me in a confused state, you know. At least I got to hear what he's trying to work with, which is his system. I heard that through it. But I'm not really agreeing with it, because I think, as we saw, that our players can play different football. So it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. All right, so people stop spamming. Moderators, deal with the situation if people spamming. All right. Yes. Carlton fan said we will call back Ka if he doesn't get game time against Ecuador. We start preseason Thursday. Yes, man. Call him back if he doesn't get any game, man. I'm totally in agreement with that, because I see I before I get into that, because I never wanted to start the show, so I wanted to just make sure I give you what he said and break him down. All right. I don't agree with the 15 minutes, but obviously he was on the sideline, so he never get to see what we are seeing. The entire game, the second ball was not ours. We never won no second ball of no. And what they call as a second ball, people, is when they change if they go a long ball, they fought for that one and then drop down ball. The entire game, Mexico won that drop down ball. The entire game, and that was very, very clear. All right. So that's what I was arguing. All right. Be YouTube. All right. Go ahead,
It
Pastor.
well,
Go ahead.
it it
Just
might
talk
it
then,
might be
Pastor. I
YouTube.
will try to sort it out. Okay.
Yeah, of the opposition. It does not make sense in a football game that your offense at least showed that their presence was being paid attention to by the opposition. So if there was a for 60 plus minutes or 70 held up, they were under pressure. There were times when I screamed that they need to try to pass the ball out from the back, but they're playing to the instruction of the coach, bypass the midfield, intention of winning the midfield battle. This strategy that he's using is obvious. He has no intention of winning the midfield battle. And so the defenders, when they got the ball, had to be looking for the person who is open, which is always whether out on the wing or forward, never in the midfield. So it was the first 15 minutes. But
Don't know what to tell you. All right, because you are hearing me now,
but you're
Pastor. Well,
you're clear. You're clear, and you're not.
let me 1 second, people. What I will go do then? Let me check. All right, StreamYard. Let me go on StreamYard then, because StreamYard, you don't have to do anything at all. All right, so I will just set up a StreamYard's link with nothing on it, people, and then come on. All right, I will just set up a StreamYard link with nothing on it. All right, 2.0 time x2. Let me put x2 because it is a different content. StreamYard, and let me come on. What time it is now? 2 o'clock, because I only had 2 hours in a man, and look how my time run off. All right, let me get my first way again. All right. All right, so Pastor, we're going to end this one since they say they have problems, and hopefully the internet, the YouTube problem sorted, because I don't think it's my internet, because it's working very fine. And both of my
No,
internet are working very
since you
fine.
came back, there has been no buffering,
Yeah, but
and
they
you have
said they are
been very
getting
clear.
buff. They said they are getting buff. So we want to give them their best work. All right, we want to give
Okay.
them their best work. So I'm not gonna cheat them, because yeah. So I'm gonna get the StreamYard up. I will send a link from the StreamYard,
Big up,
Pastor.
Omar.
So
Mm.
yeah. So I will come back in 2 minutes, people. All right. Yes, I'm going to close this. I will send this the link. No problem. They said it's good now, but I'm gonna leave. That you guys
Close
make
it.
sure the
Somebody
things
says
are.
good no in the
Yeah, man. But I will leave. I will leave, Pastor. I will leave.
okay.